the infrastructures and everything. But I was surprised in a bad way, let's say in that way, because I saw everything was the same.
What's up, y'all? We're back, and the last couple of days have been hectic, have been wild, have been crazy. I'm sure everyone have seen the Cristiano Ronaldo interview with Piers Morgan, and we have two Man U fans here that have been feeling low lately after Ronaldo came out and spoke
Man, let's
against the
talk
club.
about it.
Yeah, so let's start with Benny. Benny, what was your take on Ronaldo's interview, and what did you think of the stuff he said against Ten Hag, the club, and other players in the team?
Honestly speaking, man, I'm still processing this whole thing because, it's just so sad, like I looked up to Ronaldo, growing up and stuff. And now seeing all this drama, it's just I can't believe it. But I mean at the same time,
Disappointed?
Yeah,
yeah, a little disappointed, but like, you
yeah,
know,
a
that
lot.
that yeah, that's the legend that we're talking about. So I don't want to be too judgmental or things like that. But I'm
Well,
just disappointed, not happy about the
you
interview.
know, I think honestly, like him being a legend. I mean, if imagine if it was a different player, like pulling off something like, I know we've seen players like Lukaku do some,
Yeah,
something
That's
little
not
got
the
the
similar,
first.
but
record.
like
Not
no
yeah, but
way,
that's not
no
first
way near
time.
this level. Yeah. So, I mean, I think just his status and whatever that obviously gets him away was a lot, but like it just seems like he said a lot more than he should have. Like there's just some things it just comes off as a disrespectful, to the fans, to the coach. The
Yeah,
fact that
I think we should actually break it down and see which points you guys don't agree on. I
yeah,
think if
yeah,
we the I think mainly he was talking about the club owners and the board, the Glazers. I'm sure you guys would agree with him on that point where like the infrastructure has not changed. A lot of things haven't been going good lately. And I'm sure you guys would agree on that point, right?
Yeah, I mean, like Man U fans have been screaming like Glazers out. I mean, since Fergie left, basically. I mean, it's simple as that. We all knew, the Glazers hasn't been investing in the team. We
yeah.
haven't been making progress, but I don't think there was any need for him to go out there and just like, bash the coaching and also
Yeah,
like
that's
some member of the team.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think the main thing that people are actually like arguing about is that he said I don't respect Ten Hag as a coach. And no matter I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
no matter how big of a player you are, I don't think you should say that, especially that
exactly.
you're technically still part of the team, you know.
Yeah,
well, I mean, he already sees himself as, he's not playing for United anymore. I think that's why, I mean, obviously, that's why he felt so comfortable saying all this stuff. But, it's just like you said, there's different parts of, that we agree on. And then there's like I would say a lot of the part where it just feels like, I mean, really, like, was that necessary? And, the Ten Hag, I didn't understand, what he meant by like, he was disrespected by Ten Hag. I mean, I know they had the, difference of opinion of like whether him starting or not. And I mean, that happens in the game.
Yeah,
The coach does what's best for the team, what's best for, his job, and everybody respects the coach's decision. So, I mean, I don't know,
exactly.
man. It just felt like Ronaldo, as much
Just
as I respect him, I mean, he's,
okay,
obviously a
Mike,
legend.
let me ask you something. So, I think you say that Ronaldo, like he knows he's not gonna play at United anymore.
Oh, yeah,
So
he's
are
yeah,
not.
no
you
way.
referring? Yeah, when you said that, are you referring that he actually already has like an offer from another club, so he's sure that he's going somewhere else?
Well, see, the thing is, like, with him, I mean, it's kind of like he don't really need to have a guaranteed option lined up. I mean,
Yeah,
he's gonna
but
get
don't you
something.
think it will be
Nah,
He's
I'm
gonna
pretty
get
sure.
technically
something.
no? I
Like
think
I,
No,
he does
I
have an
think I'm
I
pretty
offer.
mean,
sure. Yeah, like he probably
Yeah,
in his head, he probably knows, what team is looking for him and what team is not. So I mean, obviously, like I don't think he would jeopardize, like
yeah.
his career,
yeah, but when
especially
you're
He
like
like in a
could.
when it's
position,
He's smart enough to like actually know what he's doing.
yeah,
I would expect
definitely.
him to like attack the coach while he thinks he's still gonna come back to the team. No
Right.
yeah,
way.
in that sense, I get it. Like, cause I know like there's probably some teams out there that would feel like, oh, I wouldn't want to get this player like after what he did, bashing the team that's paying him or whatever. So, and like, I guess that could make sense, like he probably got something lined up, but I don't know, man. It just felt like you're just crying too much, and you try to sympathize because he's been through a lot the past year was losing his child and everything, and I
Well,
think that's
yeah,
also
and
one thing you try to like shit like he's been going through a lot, and I get his frustration with the whatever the bosses and not understanding him, not believing him, but when it comes to the stuff you're saying about the coach and I
yeah,
mean
I get
it's
it. But
just.
Mickey, don't you think that's kind of like controversial? And that's where like I think some people actually would agree with Ronaldo, like on that point where like if he actually if because that's the thing, if his son passed away or like his daughter was sick, and then the coach or the board members were not understanding his situation, and they thought that he actually just wanted to skip training and not show up. Wouldn't you think that actually like hurt him and like it messed with him like mentally, you know?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, definitely did. That's like, go ahead, Benny.
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, obviously that's disappointing, you know? I mean, for not just like Ronaldo, but like any player, if something like that happens, you have to sympathize and you have to like, give them the break needed.
Yeah, but
But
if they don't, then it's gonna affect him mentally. And I think that's what happened to him. He just lost it. He's like, dude, I'm done with them, I'm done with the club.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it
but
seemed
the
like
club and
honestly,
the owners, you gotta know the difference, I mean, of
exactly,
course,
I mean,
the owners who've been saying, Glazers out, but the club,
Yeah, but has he we seen the interview? I don't think he attacked the club as Manchester United. He was attacking
I mean,
individuals,
he's already been like disrespecting the fans, the club by walking out and everything. So I mean, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's like, I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean
I get it.
that's
The
Ronaldo's
thing
ego,
is, honestly, like I think also it's just the way he comes out with it too. You know what I mean? Like the timing and everything. It just seems like,
Right.
I think if he had done it a bit different, they maybe possibly even fans would have been more understanding. But then the way he just comes out bashing everybody, it just seems like, I mean, he's probably angry, whatever, but it just seems like more of a personal thing. And I know he tried to say that, he's some of it he's doing for the club or for the fans, but it just seems
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
got, it's
it's
more of just a
it's
personal
personal.
thing
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
he's just trying to express his anger, and it just comes out as, toxic, and you would expect something better from a legend like
Yeah, I
Ronaldo,
mean
but
that's the
it's
sad
just
thing, but I
nobody's
mean
perfect.
it's I mean, as a Madrid fan, I seen Ronaldo when he left Madrid at his peak after like Zidane left, like I think
Yeah.
Ronaldo's the type of player like he only cares about his status and he has his ego up there where like if he thinks like him being at any club is gonna like jeopardize his like status or his legacy, he's gonna leave, even if it's
Yeah.
you
United
see,
or Madrid,
yeah, that's so true. But at the same time, like, it's so hard to talk about like his ego and stuff because, as he mentioned on the interview, there's standard to his game. That
Yeah.
standard is like the mentality of like, being a winner. He blamed some of the young players, for not having the same mentality as he has. And I mean, obviously, like, we cannot really judge that or give any opinion on that because, he has achieved everything that you can achieve on the soccer world for having that mentality. And, I really respect him for that. And you'll say, the legend of Man U all time, but wrong is wrong. I think he did something wrong that
Yeah. I
respected the
mean,
team.
just because you're a legend doesn't mean you can get away with saying whatever. I mean, I
Right.
think as a human being, like at the end of the day, everybody's gonna have to respect each other, just because you have this
Oh
status or
yeah,
money doesn't.
100%.
So, that's one thing. It's just like, I don't know, it's just disappointing. Like, I
It
mean,
is, but
just
I
cross
think
the
I'm
line.
not like by no way I'm defending Ronaldo, but I'm just trying to see where he's coming from, And I think Ronaldo is not stupid enough to just come out and say that just because the coach was not playing him. I feel like something else has been going on. Like maybe
Yeah,
they
I mean,
trying to
let's
force.
see. Like,
He said it. He even said they were trying to force me out of the club. So I think
yeah,
like
yeah, he did mention
yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
think I mean
But
he's a
would you be surprised, after the walkout thing he did and everything? Would you be
Oh no,
surprised the
I
Ten
wouldn't be
Hag is
surprised if
trying
it's
to do
after
that? You
that.
know what I
But
mean?
oh yeah, I'm
But
not
that's the thing.
surprised.
Is there's some things that's still not clear. So like, I'm gonna be curious to see what, second part of the interview is gonna be like, because that's when I think he's gonna talk
Okay,
more
let
about
me
Ten Hag and everything. But
But
right.
what do you,
Let me ask you guys this. I mean, you know, before the interview and also like, before, everything happened, all the drama between Ronaldo and Ten Hag. I mean, if you really think about it, we can already sense that like
there was
Ronaldo is not
tension
part
between
of
them too.
yeah, Ronaldo is not wasn't part of like Ten Hag's plan because if you think about it, like it's not the same, especially like after watching United play in the preseason. It seemed like, Ten Hag wanted players that had pace and that can
Right.
play quick, and got
yeah,
the chemistry all along. So you can already sense that like, there was something missing, you
Well, but
know.
I
that
think
that's
I
that's
think it
I
would have been
think
a different story if Ronaldo was in the preseason too. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? 'Cause
definitely that too.
maybe he would have been
Right.
able to see. Maybe he would have been able to adopt the system better. Eat faster, and it's
That's true.
just a lot goes into it. But at
yeah, but also
the
that's
end of the
another
day,
another thing. If Ten Hag really, I mean, we all seen that Ten Hag really doesn't need Ronaldo. But in that case, why did he come out after the preseason and he said that I'm sure he stated it like that. He said Ronaldo is a big player and we need him
yeah, I
in
mean,
our team. I mean, that's the
To
thing.
have
When you have a big name like Ronaldo and you want to keep him in the club, then you're gonna have to play him because it's
you see,
Ronaldo.
the thing is when you have a player like Ronaldo, even if you don't play him, just to have him in that locker room, it's a big addition because
It is, but
y-
Benny, here's the
look
thing.
at look at
When
what
you,
Zlatan did for AC Milan, you know what I'm saying?
I know,
I
but
mean, he
Zlatan is
wasn't playing
different.
most of the game, but just mentally he has that like hunger, he has that mentality of a
Right,
winner.
but
So he
Benny,
really helped them,
but
And I
here
mean,
there's a big
Ronaldo could have
difference. Zlatan when he came to Milan, like he was already like prepared to be on the bench. He didn't expect himself to start every game. Ronaldo, he finished last season the
no, I don't think that's
top.
the
No,
case.
but if you look at it that way, like Ronaldo
It's
finished
more of
last
just
season.
injuries. I mean, that's
I
really
know,
all it
but
is.
no, but it's different because Ronaldo was one of the top scorers in the league. 24 goals with United last season
Yeah, I mean,
overall. And
definitely.
then if you get a transition from 24 goals to just being a bench player and you're Ronaldo, he's not gonna take it well.
But you see, I think that's the thing. So the thing is, Ronaldo, obviously coming from the season he had last season, you'd expect, okay, he's gonna be, started or whatever. And obviously having a different coach, it's like, yeah, he's gonna have a different system. But I feel, I believe that his attitude, like showing his frustration all the time on the bench and walking after, I think that kind of made it worse. And then I got to do something to keep him in line, let all the other teammates know that, like nobody's above the coach, nobody's above the team, and
exactly
so I think that's what made it even worse. So
right.
he's
Yeah.
also kind of sort of to blame for it.
Yeah, well, but there's another point that Ronaldo pointed out today. I'm sure you guys heard Ronaldo talking about the young players, the young
Oh
Man U
yeah,
players
that was a
too.
big point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what Benny, what do you think about that? And also, who you think he was talking about?
Man, like it's so funny because we already knew that like Ronaldo didn't really have like a great relationship with,
The
like players
players,
like
yeah.
Greenwood. Well, I mean, obviously, like it was clear to see that like he didn't have a great relationship with Greenwood because
Bruno as well.
Greenwood wouldn't listen sometimes.
Yeah,
But whatever he said, obviously it makes sense. Players in this generation are not the same compared
they're
to
not
like
hungry
what
like
Ronaldo.
before. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different era. But you know,
he said it. I mean,
I
he
think.
said they have everything easy. They don't have to work as hard as we did back in the days.
Yeah, I mean, which, in a way makes sense because, these players have so much money, so much support through technology, and, they just have like so much resources.
Yeah,
Ronaldo, when he came through, he didn't have like most of the stuff that was available to these young players.
right.
But at the same time, it might be too harsh, to call these players out in a way. He only
Yeah,
praised
he
from
just
the
had enough of
youngsters.
them.
Yeah, from the youngsters, he only praised
But
Diago Dalot. So,
Dalot, yeah. He said
it's
he's gonna
just,
have a
yeah,
longevity, and he's a pretty
yeah.
hardworking player. I
So
think
the
he I think he
Portuguese
was talking
connection.
I think he was talking
right.
about Rashford and Sancho, and they kind of pretty spoiled the club and pretty
Which
soft.
which really takes me back to like, the
I
comment
think he
Eric
just mad
Bay made.
Rashford took his spot.
Yeah, but well, I guess
What comment
We
did Bailey make?
Oh, I mean, when Bailey left United, he said something about, oh, at Manchester United, English players are
got like
preferred
spoiled or
over,
preferred, yeah.
like foreigners.
That's a
Yeah, I
So,
can
fact.
see
I
that.
mean, it's true. I mean,
no, you cannot say that.
I mean,
It's
honestly,
not
it's
a
just
fact.
all, the social media, and it's like all these youngsters are getting a lot of attention and they feel
Right. I mean,
entitled and everything. So, I mean, but it's kind of hard to take away from all the hard work,
right.
dedication, and
But
playing.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
I
I
mean,
think
yeah,
the interview was pretty wild, and let's see part two. Let's see what
yeah,
Ronaldo
yeah, I
has to
can't
very
wait to
say. I
watch
mean,
exciting.
that because
we already heard
it's
enough, so I'm excited to see what else he's gonna say. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think of the interview down in the comment section.
yeah,
Um,
and also let us know who looks better, Ronaldo or Rooney.
yeah, he really said I look better. I mean, come on, man, no comparison. Obviously, Ronaldo,